Hey everyone, this is Dr. Anna Dolopo, and I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I am board certified and I'm a licensed acupuncturist, and I'm going to discuss with you today about the importance of pregnancy and sex. I'll tell you at the end why we're talking about the subject, but I'll just rattle off what I found online. AI gave me this. Sex during pregnancy increases the production of oxytocin, the love hormone, which reduces pregnancy stress, improves sleep, and temporarily masks aches and pains. Sex bonding and an increase in endorphins help a pregnant woman sleep better to combat exhaustion and other annoying pregnancy symptoms. And then I found from our particular website, medicine.net, and 10 amazing benefits of sex during pregnancy. Here are some of the things that we found. Sex during pregnancy can have many benefits for both pregnant woman and her partner, including mental and physical health. Sex can relieve stress and anxiety, improve mood, and burn calories. Well, you're burning calories because you're exercising. And if you've been with me since 1999, or if you've been following me for a while, the body follows the mind follows the spirit. So if you're feeling amazing physically, you're feeling amazing emotionally, and vice versa. I've done 2 anxiety and mental health newsletters. So if you would like to see those, also my pregnancy newsletter, text 619-341-4341 and I will send those to you. So it is important to feel good emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and the first thing that this website says, the benefit of pregnancy and sex is your mental health. So that's awesome. Bonding. Sex can help couples feel closer together. So the person who said, Dr. Dolopo, you have to make this video, it's because I saw her last week, a friend, and she said, I'm very stressed out because my husband and I really bond well together having sex, and I'm 29 weeks pregnant and we haven't been able to have sex, and it's frustrating me. And I explained to her, sex for a pregnant woman is not a want, it's a need, because your hormones are all out of whack compared to that they normally are, and there's so many physiological, emotional benefits and necessities that benefits that are made. You can only have sex to create these kinds of the feeling of satisfaction. You can exercise, you can talk to people, you can do all those things, but really what's going to cure a lot of that mental anguish, that pent up anguish, is sex. And it's amazing sex with your husband, with your partner. And so when you're bonding together, that means everyone's, both of you are very happy. Now, what if you physically can't? Well, that means you're not creative. You can't just do missionary style. You have to go from behind. You have to go sideways. You can fondle each other. You can do oral sex. If you need some resources, there's plenty of resources online. One of my favorite resources is Mantak Chia. He's a Taoist master. I strongly recommend you check him out. Again, if you need some resources besides watching your porn, just text me 619-341-4341. I'm sure if you do a basic search, there are, all kinds of resources on what positions would be best for a pregnant woman. Okay? Don't be afraid to have oral sex. You should be having that. If you're only having missionary sex, it's going to make your marriage suffer. Just trust me on that. You can, do doggy style. You can do sideways. You can fondle. You can have oral sex. Again, I said those, and there are other types of positions which I won't name here. There are all kinds of methods. Just get creative, and you'll probably find that, wow, you can sit on your husband and he will very much appreciate that. There are resources for Chinese medicine, different ways to have sex that will please you and your husband, and you will be happy. Again, going back to the mental, emotional, when you have sex, then you feel good emotionally, your stress lowers, and you guys are bonding together. If you want to use toys, that's fine too. But if you're like me and you like the organic stuff, then you probably want to be close and cuddle with your husband. That increases the oxytocin, the love hormone. Immune system. So, sex can increase the IgA and antibody that helps fight infections. I did 3 newsletters on immune system. So, if you want to see the 3 immune system newsletters that I created, just text me 619-341-4341 and I will send those to you. So, it's exciting to see that sex actually increases your immune system. Didn't know that, did you? I've always known that, but I've been studying Chinese medicine since 1994. So if you have a great relationship, or if you're thinking about having a great relationship, and you know, the sooner you can get to that place where you're having amazing physical, intimate bonding, just know that when you're doing that, you're boosting your immune system. All right, sounds great to hear that. Just go on my website, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, and you'll see a ton of testimonials. That's my third website, specifically for immune system. Okay. All right. So then, hormones, orgasms release oxytocin, which help reduce pains, reduces aches, and endorphins. It increases endorphins, which help improve mood. So, we talk about this love hormone. When you feel amazing, you don't really feel your pain. When the endorphins are moving, you don't really feel the pain. There's so many types of aches and pains. I can tell you when I was pregnant at 36 and 43 and gave birth to 8.8 pound baby, 8.88 pound, whatever. Anais was 8.8 pounds. And then Tommy was over 9 pounds. I treated myself almost every day and had amazing pregnancies. Acupuncture during pregnancy is amazing. If you need herbs, we can do herbs too. But if you can have sex and comfortably and no dryness, you feel great, you feel energetic, you're having sex 1 or 2 times a day. And if you can't do that, then there's something off. I'm not going to explain what it is. There's something off with your yang or your yin or your qi or your blood or your jing. These are Chinese medical terms, not the Western medical definition of blood. So just know when it comes to hormones in Chinese medicine, we want to make sure that everything's flowing great. If you have vaginal dryness, we got an issue. Husbands, if you have an erectile dysfunction, we have an issue. Mommies, if you have dryness, if you don't feel like it, if you both have libido issues, we have an issue. Because when you see these supplements or these commercials online or whatever talking about, like my longevity, well, guess what? The same acupuncture points, the same herbs, the same foods, and the same, exercises, when you see people doing Tai Chi and Qigong and other things, those same things to help improve longevity, to create longevity, are the same resources, activities to have amazing sex. Sex and longevity they go hand in hand in Chinese medicine. So we want to increase your oxytocin for several things. And when that happens, especially for women, guess what? You want to have more sex. It's a vicious cycle. Higher oxytocin. I'm being facetious when I say that. Higher oxytocin, less stress, happier. I want to have more sex. I want, you're not feeling dry. You're feeling comfortable. That means sometimes some women, they say, well, I can't do it doggy style because it hurts. Well, then, and I know. So if you take the right herbs or if you get the right acupuncture or both, guess what? You won't have vaginal dryness. I did a video on vaginal dryness. I did a video on the clitoris, like if you don't use it, you lose it. I did a video on vaginal dryness. These things are based on research. I did a video on, men's health. I called it how to prevent blue balls. Your health is strongly related to your sex. And if you can't have sex comfortably, we have a health issue. Just know that, and we can discuss that privately here. So if you'd like to make an appointment, you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. And if you would like to get pregnant naturally, go to naturalpregnancyspecialist.com, and you will click on more information, and it will take you to a link, naturalpregnancyspecialist.com/NPFS tour. And you can book there. So the next thing is hormones. Oh, we talked about that. Sleep. Sex can improve sleep by promoting relaxation. Well, if you do it correctly, you're going to want to have a nap as frequently as possible. If you're having sex 1, 2, 3 times a day, you're going to want a nap. And if you are having sex 1, 2, 3 times a day, congratulations. That means you guys are deeply in love. You guys are really bonded, and you're probably having amazing sleep. And if you cannot have sex more than at least once a day, then you have some some physical health issues. And there's probably something suffering in your relationship as well, which I'm not a sex therapist, but I can give you resources to some, and also some online resources. This is what separates friends and lovers, my friends. If you're trying to get pregnant and you're watching this video, part of the reason why you can't get pregnant is probably your sex drive is not at least a 9.5 or 10. You need to be able to have sex at least once or twice a day with your husband. And if you are not, I promise you it's going to affect your marriage. Trust me. But the more you bond, especially when you're pregnant, and men do not care if you're pregnant. Some men just find you sexy, even more sexy when you are pregnant. Trust me, I did not know that, but that's true. So the more you can bond together physically, emotionally, spiritually, women, we think talking is the way. With men, sex is the way. So find ways to have sex and tell your partner, tell your husband, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. But focus more on what you do like, especially when it comes to oral sex, especially when it comes to fondling. But you need to do other things other than missionary, okay? Orgasms. Increased blood flow to the genitals can lead to more powerful orgasms. If you have to wonder if you had an orgasm, you didn't have an orgasm. Nothing is greater than having an orgasm. There's nothing. If you've never had an orgasm, I feel sorry for you, and that used to be my life until the right partner came along. And so if you don't have that, there are plenty, thousands, if not millions of resources online that can teach you, and not just watching porn, but actually learning the art of lovemaking, the art. My husband sent this to me, and I thought it was really funny. I will read this. It's a little crass, but it was amazing. And I'm getting new glasses, so these are just readers. Success is like being pregnant. Everyone says congrats, but no one knows how many times you had to get FUCK'd. That, I think, is funny because, like, we have 3 babies and we did not have sex only 3 times. If you want to get pregnant, I've posted videos on the importance of having sex more than once a week. Because sperm quality goes down every 48 hours. That is based on scientific research. Now, when you're pregnant, you don't just cut off having sex. You must connect. And if you can connect and have orgasms, you will be very, very happy. Every guy does his best to climax. Women, it is important for us to climax. Again, going to a resource like Mantak Chia, Master Mantak Chia. If you need resources, text me at 619-341-4341. We could schedule an appointment so we can talk about this. Because believe it or not, when I hear about divorces being 50% of the country, that's probably because men's needs are not being met. And women's needs are not being met emotionally. Men's needs are not being met physically. And men tend to stray if they're not getting those physical needs met. So if you can understand that there is an equation, there's an equation that if you meet that equation, you can create magic. Okay, you can restore your marriage. You can make your marriage stronger. You can make your relationship, your bond stronger. So I strongly recommend that you learn the art of making love so that you understand what an orgasm, especially with your loved one, can do for you both. Nothing is more pleasurable to a man, in my opinion, than to see his wife come. I mean, there's nothing, they love to see that. So if you can make sure that he, communicates with you and you communicate with him exactly what you want, whether it's, you're using your hands or using your mouth or different positions, you can bond more closely and you can find yourself laughing and having this amazing orgasm, and that will make you bond more closely and have much more happiness, and your oxytocin is higher and you're happy mommy, happy baby. That's what we want, right? So then the next thing is pain relief. Orgasms can help with backaches and other pregnancy-related pains. Basically, when the endorphins are moving, you think of very little else. When you are orgasming, you think of very little else. And there are many of you who don't know what I'm talking about. Therefore, you have been living your whole life without knowing what true pleasure is. You cannot buy an orgasm. You cannot go to Nordstrom's or Target and buy an orgasm. You actually have to practice, or, it takes practice. 10,000 hours. I've posted many videos on sex. Just look up Anna Dolopo sex, Anna Dolopo libido. Go on my website, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, and you'll see all the women getting pregnant naturally. if you can get pregnant naturally and you are having amazing sex and your endorphins are flying everywhere, guess what? You can have that surprise baby. If you can't get pregnant naturally and you're ready, go to naturalpregnancyspecialist.com, click on more information, and you'll see I've done more videos there, a lot more videos. I'll probably do this video even more concisely with my business partner. I'll probably do a Q&A, but I'm doing this long one because a friend of mine is pretty desperate and she just didn't think that you can do more than one position having sex. So then they concluded, while sex is generally safe and enjoyable for healthy pregnant women, it is important to communicate with your partner to ensure you both have a good experience. Hormone fluctuations can affect mood, so it's important to be aware of how this might impact your experience. So, my name is Dr. Anna Dolopo. Go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com if you are pregnant. And if you want to get pregnant, go to naturalpregnancyspecialist.com/NPFS tour, and we will work with you. All patients who want to get pregnant naturally, we no longer take artificial pregnant fertility cases. If you want to get pregnant naturally, go to and my other YouTube channel, Natural Pregnancy Fertility Specialist. It's all there at Elements on Harmony. I'm still discussing other things, but you can visit us on Instagram and TikTok at Dr. Anna Dolopo, ANNADOLOPO, and check us out there, Dr. Anna Dolopo. All right, take care. I hope this has been very informative, and have fun having sex.